Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maximo and I'm here checking out I Expect You to Die. This is a escape the room style puzzler in a 1950s-ish spy thriller movie style thing. And I finished it. I have all the levels unlocked and I have beaten all of them. And this took me about an hour and a half to 2 hours. I don't know exactly how long it was, but I did finish it for basically the first time I started it up. So, I don't want to play too much of this on video, just because I kind of like keeping the surprise and suspense in this sort of game to yourself, and, well, for you to find, I should say. And, well, yeah, since there's only 5 levels in the game, if I show too much of it, it means that I'm going to be showing too much of the bloody game. I don't want to go showing like 2 levels in a 5-level game. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to take the opportunity to explain the controls here. I'm standing up right now, but the game does kind of expect you to play while you're sitting down, but as far as I can tell, this doesn't actually make that much of a difference to anything. You have a very simple set of controls. Most people who've played VR games on the PlayStation Moves will be familiar with how these work, but pick things up using the trigger buttons for both your hands, and you can use them by pressing the move button. For example, if you've got a gun, you can shoot, like, windows or what have you. However, there is also another neat little thing that you can do. If you hold the move button in on a hand that you're not holding anything with, you can do telekinesis. And you can bring objects to you, and you can send them further away if you need to. And you can even freeze them in the air by pressing a specific button. So if you just want to have something hanging in the air for when you want to go and grab it again, you can do that. Like what, I'll just press the X button here to have it hang in the air, then I'll grab it with my other hand. That's pretty much it for your controls. The rest of it is just finding your way out of whatever particular situation you're in, and it is quite easy to die. That's why the game is called I Expect You to Die. It's even got a fantastic little Bond-style opening and closing credits, but I'm not going to show you that because, as I said, it's more of a surprise if you watch it yourself first off. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to pick a level. I think Squeaky Clean will do the trick for what I'm looking for, and we are going to play that.
Zor's people recognize you now, so you'll be going undercover for this mission. I hope you're not scared of heights. Data retrieved from Zor's car confirms information linked to us from a Dr. Lincoln. We have also heard news that Zor's lieutenant, Daniel Sands, has been researching a supervirus. We need you to infiltrate the lab and destroy that virus.
So, we have our objective. Off we go, I suppose, but not before giving the camera a nice lady bow. So, there we go. Start, please. I keep forgetting you can't actually just put your hand on top of the button. You actually have to press it in this game, which is a little odd, but it's not an actual issue in the grand scheme of things. So, here we are. This really doesn't look like somewhere you'd be sitting down, but
we believe Zoraxis is creating a deadly supervirus. We know Zor wants revenge on the agency, but this is a tad extreme. Get into that lab, and I'll walk you through making an antivirus.
I love the little narrator they got going on there, by the way. He's a legitimately funny character, and he's also completely useless, which means you basically have to do everything yourself, or whatever. So, our objective is to get inside this place here. I have actually done this before, so I know the quick way of doing it, but there are some other neat things you can do as well, and some of these are actually, like, objectives in the game, in a way that they're like special bonus objectives you can do that'll give you, like, trophies and stuff like that. I'm just trying to be careful not to hit anything I've got going on around my edges of my play space here, but yeah, there are just these neat little extra things you can do that'll give you bonus points at the end and things like trophies and stuff like that. Actually, I think they call them souvenirs in this game, which is actually a weird way of putting it, but there you go. So, every now and again you'll find these sorts of little things here. These little notepads will give you information on what you need to do. You will also have, of course, things like guns to shoot.
Breach detected. Initiating security measures.
Okay, so apparently there are some security measures, but I can actually use my gun to see what some of the security measures are. Those are indeed some security measures. So, looks like we're going to have to try and find a way around those lasers. And if I try and interact with this...
Security online. ID card required.
Right, so I need to find an ID card in order to not trip off the security. So, let's open some of these lockers. We have a couple of things in there that looks useful, and they are, trust me. Let's have a look in the other locker. Ooh, is that an ID card? That is indeed an ID card. Let's pull it towards us.
Deploying neurotoxin.
And it's deploying neurotoxin. And as you can see by the ever so slowly growing red layer around my eyes, I'm dying. But if I push that to the security ID...
ID accepted. Security disabled.
I'm still alive.
Full disclosure, Agent, I don't really know how to make an antivirus. However, Sean in HR says you tested well in chemistry. So give it a go. Save millions of lives and don't blow yourself up.
Screw you, dude. Screw you. So, let's have a look at the chemical thing there. Now, if we put the wrong things into this, we will explode. So, we need to try and figure out what the best things are to put in this thing. And we actually have a table of synthetic elements that'll tell us what all the elements are. And we have some things behind here we can pull out as well. So, looks like we have some formulas here to do, but I don't like the look of that or that, but something that's only effective on copper, that's kind of nice, because we have a copper chain over there. So, we also have something else in there. Let's grab that and have a look at it, shall we? For mummy. So, I assume that would be the vaccine. Bit weird that you keep it on a child's drawing, but I won't argue in the slightest. So, let's get to crafting, shall we? We are actually missing one of our elements right now. We need the yellow, because we can turn these in order to make it so that these don't actually come back up. So it looks like we need that yellow, which means that we need to get rid of that copper chain somehow. But this is only effective on copper. So let's get GI, AR, which is the green, and Y, which is the red. And hit the button. The controls work absolutely fine as far as I can tell. You don't need more than a... I'm just going to hold on to that one. Let's make another one of those. Right. Now we use the telekinesis powers and bam. The controls work exactly as you expect, although it's a bit hard to get used to the controls being mirrored on the two different Joy-Cons.
You've been spotted. Quick, act naturally.
Ooh, apparently we've been spotted. Now we haven't.
They ran off. I always knew you were intimidating. It's your stoic silence.
It's my stoic silence. So, right. Now that we've got all 5 of these, I'm pretty sure I just heard something at my door. Give me a moment. Okay, got my hands back around the right way. So, yeah, that's what I get for recording videos while I'm at home alone. You never know exactly what's coming at the door, but nevertheless. Right, so, we have the formula for our vaccine. How about we make it? I want to hold on to this one. Yeah, you can tell I know what's coming, can't you? Right. RE, NN, and Y. Yes, this will blow up and kill you if you fail. One of the things that's notable about this game is it is entirely easy to fail, and you can and will die and have to restart the entire puzzle, which is a little bit of a pain. But at the same time, there are extra goals in this game for speed running the puzzles within a couple of minutes. I just need to recalibrate and make sure I'm in the right spot. So, if you're playing this game and you think it's going to be a massive pain in the ass to get to where you were in a puzzle, it's not going to be. Because these puzzles can literally be finished in a couple of minutes, and they expect you to do that for the full trophy set. So, let's activate that button and get rid of that toxic super virus there, shall we?
Neutralization attempt blocked. Playing pre-recorded message.
Found a conscience despite our threats. Well, I'm afraid you won't have a chance to use use your antivirus. We're changing the timetable and launching the super virus today.
Ooh, that looks bad. So I wonder how I'm supposed to open this up.
Deploying rocket boosters.
Agent, if that rocket launches with an active virus, millions will die. Neutralize that virus now.
Alright, so we shot it open, and to get the neutralizing toxin in, we're going to need to throw in some of the old copper rotting stuff. So let's do that.
Launch imminent.
Telekinetically screw with the lid. Grab the extra virus.
3, 2, 1.
And fail to drop the virus in. And die of toxic exposure. Rest in peace, Agent Blue Maxima, for failing at the last second. Oh boy. Alright, you know what? I'm going to go show you... Well, actually, no, that was the end of that puzzle. So let's go show you the first puzzle, eh? If I hold this button here, it'll send me back to the office.
We believe Zorax's...
I had a feeling I was going to have to show you more than one of these, just because... Well, you know, it's a fairly short set of puzzles. So, let's pick up the very first level, if I can remember which one of these bloody discs it is. If it hasn't run out on me somewhere. No, it wasn't Squeaky Clean. It wasn't... Oh yeah, it was Friendly Skies. Okay. So we'll just go straight through to beat the mission. But as you can see here are the souvenirs. This is what the hints are. You can take a smoke break, you can find some bomb parts, you can even do some drunk driving, which is interesting. They're basically just like the little hints they'll tell you what you need to do to get all the souvenirs. Like, they're not so much souvenirs as they are just like neat little things you can do. Like, one of my personal favorites is, if we go to Winter Break, which is the last level, and we just skip to the end of the briefing, Dapper Bear and Flying Saucer. It's a little bit odd, but anyway, Friendly Skies. And we'll just head straight into the level, shall we? So here we are.
You may be wondering why this car can never reach Zanzibar. It has some of the most high-tech weaponry in Dr. Zor's considerable arsenal. Naturally, we'd like to poke at it a bit. Drive it off the plane, and you may just earn that vacation you're always going on about.
Right, so let's go have a little bit of a look around, shall we? Faulty cannon, reset the system. So obviously it wants us to carry some... It obviously wants us to put something into what looks like a gigantic railgun that comes out of the control panel. Very odd. But anyway, we'll just go have a bit of a look around for stuff that we can use. And we can actually light ourselves up a cigarette, because why not? Also, shit in this game is actually flammable.
Slow and painful death.
Which is very odd. Also, I don't want that to burn. Oh, jeez. Grab that. Yeah, okay. How to arm your bomb. That's interesting. Let's see if I can just put that down somewhere where I can see it. Or even better, just make it freeze in the air. So, the overall puzzle design for this game is actually pretty damn good. How do I put this? It's not unfair. You get all the hints you need in order to successfully go through the game. I get the feeling I don't want to start the car up just yet. There might be more around here that I can fiddle around with. We have a... What's this? It's a knife. Thankfully I can't stab myself with it. We'll just leave that there. There's a gun back there. Could use it to shoot out the window, but look at what is outside the window. Poison gas. That would not be very good at all. Let's just leave that hanging there. What else have we got in here? But yeah, the puzzle design in this game is absolutely fair. And every time you get killed, it will like mostly be your fault. There were like 1 or 2 times where I just had a little bit of trouble with the controls, and it kind of screwed me out of a run, but other than that, for the most part anyway, it's fair. It's completely fair with the way the puzzles are designed. Nothing is made particularly obtuse. You're given all the hints you need, and it's a very fun game because, as I said, it's very well designed, it looks great, and it sounds pretty good as well, especially that intro. So, let's figure out what I need to do next to solve this. I'm guessing that's going to have to be turning on this car.
Next message. Next message.
Oh, Jesus.
Scan failed. Targeting. Laser avoided. Deploying secondary countermeasures.
I love it. The laser fails once, so they bring out the giant bomb.
Must respect the classics.
But anyway,
I believe
I just blew myself half to shit. Let's give that one more try. And I'll speed through it this time, more or less. Need that knife.
you may be wondering why this car can never reach.
But yeah, the other situations you get put in, the other three situations, are all very old school spy stuff, and it's all very enjoyable stuff. It makes use of its theme pretty well. As I said though earlier on, the only downside is its length. This game is $25 by default. It has been on sale before, but it is still really expensive at $25 just for the 5 puzzles you get that last you 2 hours. I mean, I'm not going to say it's not worth the money, because the game is very high quality. I enjoyed it a lot, and I don't regret the money I spent on it. Yes, you have to avoid to... You have to lean to avoid the sensors, so... Okay.
I'm partial to plastic explosives myself, but you
right, let's disarm this bomb then. Let's do it in a reverse order.
Using bombs is covered in basic training, yes?
There we go.
Is good ticking, as they say. Now, can we please focus on getting the car out of the plane?
Sure, guys, sure. It's a bomb that was going to explode and kill me, but... Yeah, sure, we can focus on getting this thing out.
Honestly, Agent, we want the car in one piece. Nothing short of an explosion is going to make a dent in that cargo door.
Nice hint. But yeah, while the game itself is really short... Let's wind that back up before I choke to death. While the game itself is really short, what's here is really good, and while 25 may be a bit rich for people who can't afford to spend 25 on something that'll only give them 2 hours worth of game time, if you have the money, I would recommend buying this, just because it is a really enjoyable time trying to figure out all the puzzles for yourself, which I've completely ruined here by giving you 40% of the game, more or less. Let's reset this thing, shall we?
Weapons online.
Weapons online, you say? Oh, dearie me. Well, we have dynamite and a railgun. Bye-bye. But yeah, I really like I Expect You to Die. It is really good at what it does. I think that it is a really well-rounded experience. The controls work absolutely fine. It looks great, sounds great, and it really is just a really good game. The only downside to it is that it doesn't last very long. But while it does last, it's a good time. And, well, I'm not going to say anything else other than that. It's a really good time, and I enjoyed it quite thoroughly. So, let me just get the fedora. This has been Blue Maxima, and goodbye.